He's 6'8", 1 year out of Santa Clara. Number 31, Kurt Rambis. At forward, he's 6'6", 8 years out of UCLA. Number 52, Jamal Wilkes. At guard, 6'2", 5 years out of Duquesne. Number 10, Norm Nixon. At guard, 6'9", 3 years from Michigan State. Number 32, Magic Johnson. And at center, 7'2", 13 years out of UCLA, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And the head coach for the Lakers, Pat Riley. And now the starting lineup for the San Diego Clippers. At forward, 6'11", 1 year out of Utah, number 22, Tom Chambers. At forward, a 6'9" rookie from DePaul, number 34, Terry Cummings. Starting at one guard, a 6'3" rookie out of Long Beach State, number 24, Craig Hodges. At guard, he's 6'6", 1 year out of North Carolina, number 4, Al Wood. And at center, 6'11", 8 years from UCLA, Bill Walton. And the Clippers head coach, Paul Silas.
All right, Paul Silas, the head man of the San Diego Clippers, with his assistant Pete Babcock in the background, Big Bill Walton. The officials for tonight's basketball game, a couple of veterans, and there they are. Bob Rakel on the left and Terry Bull Durham on the right. I don't see him chewing, Steve.
Well, this game is too quick for Bull Durham in that particular sense, so we'll have to keep him with just bubble gum.
On the matchups, let's take a look at them, and there they are. You see them starting out right up at the top, the center's down at the bottom, and we have an interesting change in this matchup here tonight with Al Wood, who is starting for San Diego, and he is going to match up against Magic Johnson to see if they can put a collar on Magic. Randy Smith is the normal starter, so Wood will start. You've got Craig Hodges, another surprise, at a guard. We'll tell you about him against Norm Nixon. And you've got two bespectacled centers. Interesting. You know the story on Kareem's reason for wearing the goggles. Bill Walton recently with a broken jawbone. He has gone to the goggles. And they both are made by the same man back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's where it all started for Kareem, and so Walton has had to go with the same thing. It's actually not a bad idea. Chambers and Rambis matchup. Wood all over Magic Johnson, the one we talked to you about. We have a whistle immediately as off the missed jump ball, the Lakers awarded possession, and L.A. brings it down, and we have a foul on the play. And the foul goes on Al Wood. One-on-one, Wood, one on the San Diego Clippers. Magic Johnson. Nixon, nice play. Kurt Rambis, the man they call Clark Kent. Kareem, who missed the team bus because of a migraine headache, wound his own way down the freeway to San Diego, and he's ready to go. And now Hodges with no one to pass the ball into. Everybody headed up the floor. Al Wood, who is used to playing a guard or a forward, just headed up the other end. And the Clippers in violation of the 5-second inbound rule. So it'll go back over to the Lakers. Nixon on a Jabbar screen. In and out, Walton with a rebound. Deflected on the outlet by Rambis into the hands of Magic Johnson. So a very inauspicious start here for the Clippers as Magic on the miss, and the brilliant rookie Terry Cummings with a rebound. There's Hodges. Nice looking number 3 draft choice. Kareem with a rebound and a blocking foul in the backcourt. What did you think, Steve?
Well, Terry Cummings does not understand that in the pros you have to allow the player a chance to change direction. Good outlet pass from Kareem. Norm Nixon gets the ball, and he stepped right in front of him. He had no chance to change direction. Good call by the officials. The Lakers have the ball out, and the Clippers with that very young team in there, plus Walton, a little bit confused here at the outset of the ball game.
Nixon 14-8, Magic 15-4 for the year. The big man in the middle, who had a big night the last time these two teams met. He likes to play against Walton because he says Walton plays basketball, not football. But this time, Walton put a little extra pressure on him, and he got called for the foul. So they're leaning on the young Clippers early as Walton gets his first, and the Clippers have 3 as a team. Wilkes on a little pin down as Jabbar Screening down, and on the miss, the Lakers can't find the bottom of the net. Al Wood brings it up. Hodges. Cummings, rookie from DePaul, strong inside move. He will play in 6-minute spurts. Tell you why in a moment. Foul by Kareem. Steve, as you know, Cummings went down. He fainted in Utah about a week ago. They say he has an iron deficiency, and he will not be allowed to play any more than in 6-minute stretches. That'll cut off about 10 minutes a game off his average of 36 per.
Well, I think that they'll have to build up his stamina. I think that that's the biggest concern at this point. He has shown that he can go, and he was going at 40-plus early in the season once they first got him and he established his basketball game. He plays a power game. He's going to need all the energy he can get. Once they get him back up to normal, whatever normal is for him, I think his time will increase.
Cummings, who has been shooting better than that, only 70% at the line, but better than his 0 for 2 you just saw. 2-0, slow start, both sides. Lakers, the defending world champions. Nixon penetrating. Down to Kareem from Jamal Wilkes, the big man, and the king still reigns. 4-zip. Steal, Nixon does a lot of that. 2 more. So the Lakers, who average 117.2 points per game, up near the top of the league, have jumped to a 6-0 start.
Well, they have a 6-0 start, but they have young players in the backcourt, young players up front, and they will have to really try to go with what their game plan was, to try to slow the Lakers down, get them in a half-court basketball game, and have good execution.
Third turnover. Cummings, the man that traveled. Norman Nixon, there's your little pick and screen. They go to Magic on a 1-and-1. Clear it out, allow him to work on the rookie. They switched off. Wood's supposed to be there, got lost. On the deflection, Walton picks it up. Breakaway, Wood. What a brilliant career in North Carolina. 6'6", 193. Has been disappointing, to say the best, so far.
Well, I think he has not been aggressive enough at the offensive end, and that's hurt him. He's an offensive player, and he's also a team player, which is what Dean Smith really talks about a lot as we see Kareem swing that money shot. He's got to be a little bit more offensively minded if he's going to be a successful player in the NBA.
Talking of Al Wood, he had a great career at North Carolina. Right up there at the top of the list. Number 2, I believe, all-time North Carolina scoring history. In time, he could develop into a good one. Some do not come around quite as quickly as others. Cummings being an example. He's a bona fide pro right now. Here's Hodges. A nice follow by Big Bill. 6'11", 230, the 9-year man. Up to Wilkes, saves into the hands of Tom Chambers. Chambers, 6'11", second-year man. They've got a nice young team in the makings here in San Diego. Off the miss by Wood. 8-4 Los Angeles. There's that Laker break. Under control, Kurt Rambis, Norman Nixon, and Magic Johnson, who leads them in rebounding, gets the big one. Underneath, how about that? As sweet as can be, Magic Johnson averaging 8.5 rebounds a game and leading the Lakers in that category on the assist. 10-4 LA.
Well, again, the Lakers move well without the basketball. Clippers had more people back that time. Once Magic got the ball, Wilkes knew all he had to do was find his seam, and Magic would find him. He did, and that's going to get Paul Silas to get a quick timeout. They're going to talk it over.
San Diego with 4 turnovers early. They've got to cut that down against the defending champs. They don't make many mistakes. We'll take a time. 10-4 LA. We'll be right back after this. Time of year, holiday time, and from Steve Jones and all of us at USA, I'm going to present a group that'll never rival the Temptations, but they ain't bad. Listen as they sing to you. Happy holidays.
We just want to pass along this to you. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Not bad, guys. Walton with a smile. Keith Erickson, former Laker performer and UCLA great. Sven Nader, who is back in action. I like that group, and Jamal Wilkes. We feel the same way. Steve, well, to you and yours, happy holidays.
Well, we do wish all of our viewers a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. But the Temptations, they're not bad.
How about the Four Tops? 10-4, Chambers with a steal. The big kid from Utah, under control, good smart move. Give it up to a man whose job it is to handle the ball. That's Hodges. Like this fella here. They say he's going to be a real fine player before it's all done. Hodges, 6'3", 180. Came from Long Beach State. There's Chambers. Walton, jump hook. And the rebound by Kurt Rambis and a foul in the backcourt by Cummings. That's number 2 for the big kid from DePaul, Terry Cummings.
Well, Cummings has picked up 2 cheap fouls, and that's something he's going to have to learn. Don't waste your energy once a player has gotten the ball under control. Rambis had that rebound, had it completely under control. There was going to be no chance for a deflection and a steal, and he picked up a foul that could hurt him later on in the ball game.
Clippers with a 1 rebound edge so far in the ball game. Cummings with 2 fouls. Rambis with a little half hook. A little curl and half hook by Kurt Rambis. Last year averaged 4-6, much better this year, and they know how tough it is when he's not around. There's a turnover on the steal by Magic Johnson. Look at him control the break. Up ahead, sweet pass to Wilkes, and Jamal gets 2 more. Wilkes at 19.5 for the year. Last year averaged a little over 21-1. He is a big gun in their arsenal.
Well, see, they don't have any direction in the backcourt right now, and that's what's giving the Clippers a little bit of a problem. They have a good, young, talented group out there, but they have no leader, and that's just the opposite of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Three-pointer. Home run shot won't go this time. That's a good observation, Steve. If there's anything that the Clippers need more than anything else right now, it's a good lead guard. The Al Wood experiment did not exactly work wonders, so Randy Smith has come in. And what do you say about Randy Smith? What do you say about anybody that's playing in their 868th straight game? He's got the record. He has been incredible. Randy Smith from Buffalo State, a 7th-round draft choice. Boy, oh boy, you talk about a fellow that has paid his dues. Kareem. Double, triple pump, 3-second call. Good call that time by Bob Rakel.
And a 3-second violation was away from the play. Kareem had him right where he wanted, had him a little bit off his feet, was going to go for the jump shot. I think that's the shot that Walton would have liked to see him take. Nice move inside.
That's a remarkable young talent. Terry Cummings. You talk about what Ray Myers said. They said there's no question in my mind that this young man's going to be a great player. And Ray Myers is absolutely right.
Once he gets down in that area right there, because he's such a powerful player and he's got such good quickness inside, he's very tough to stop from getting into scoring position. He comes up with a 3-point play that time, and we have a 7-point game.
14-7. Cummings, an ordained Pentecostal minister, and I heard him preach a little bit before the game, and he is outstanding. Inside. Oh, how about that? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He may not do everything well, but I don't know of too many things he doesn't do well. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they say he's not a great rebounder, but how about that pass? For a big man, he can lay it right in your...
Well, he's got 14,000 rebounds over his career. Perhaps he's not as good a rebounder as they think a 7-footer should be, but 14,000 and counting is not too bad.
I would say so. Out on top to Hodges. Hodges to Ransby. They got 6'3" bookend guards now, and Randy Smith and Hodges. Chambers forces the issue off the iron. How are they going to play with Chambers and Cummings and Walt? Will Chambers get the ball enough?
Well, I think right now we see the San Diego Clippers fighting each other. They all want the recognition. They all try to establish themselves in the league, and that's where they have problems. They have to realize their strengths and weaknesses, and they haven't done that yet. They think that Walton, every time he appears, is supposed to be the player that's going to be their stopper, and sometimes he is not.
Nixon got the last 2-pointer. Lakers with an 18-7 lead early. That's Chambers. He's strong. He draws the foul. Look, you've got a rookie in Cummings at 6'9". You've got Chambers, a second-year man, at 6'11", and Walton, who looks healthy right now. They could have a very fine front line.
Well, they have people that are offensively aggressive, and Chambers is an example. Terry Cummings is another example. Bill Walton. All at the offensive end, they go to the board strongly. Now, if they can realize what that strength can do for them, then they can become a formidable group up front. If they fight each other, then they'll just be helping the opposition.
18-10. Tom Chambers. He's got 3. Big, strong, young kid from Utah. Averaged about 7 boards a game last year. Nixon, Wilkes, Rambis. Opens in the middle. He turns it up and in. Not a pretty shot, but he gets results. He is a very fine executioner. And I mean that literally. He can execute the play, and he can take your head with it if he wants. He's a strong, muscle guy. And you got to have a fellow like Rambis who fills a role beautifully. Whistle, Paul Silas, and Pete Babcock. Silas, the second most career games in the NBA history, and then a moment later, Pat Riley, the young coach of the Lakers. Chambers, blocked from behind. Magic, up ahead on the fly. Nixon with a trailer, he doesn't need it.
Well, that was a great place. Great lead pass. Nixon just broke from the pack and beat Randy Smith, and that's tough to do. Got it up and down, and they have a 12-point advantage. They had a good play going down at that end, and Magic Johnson came over with some great defensive help.
Walton missed all the last year, played 14 games in the last 4 years. That's been his story. Chambers, they sag back. They're going to give help in the middle whenever the the Clippers have to set up because they know the ball is directed toward Walton. At that time, Chambers got the open shot and put it in. And Wilkes answers at the other end. Jamal with 6. You don't want to leave him open. Randy Smith, he's been a great performer.
Interesting thought about that defensive philosophy. Walton is not a great offensive center. I mean, he does great things offensively, but he's not going to beat you single-handedly as the Lakers miscue on the break. When you talk about a great offensive center, you look at his counterpart, who, if you do not give help, will beat you to death.
One of the best, James Worthy. Talk about a brilliant rookie. 6'9", 215, played at North Carolina, MVP in the NC2A, averaged 15.6, and a dream matchup right now.
Walton's strength at the offensive end is his ability to change the lanes. Great pass inside. They missed 2 chances to cover that, and Walton gets a great outlet pass.
Hodges. Cummings is out of the game now. They brought in Michael Brooks. So Brooks and Worthy should match. That Walton outlet is the best I've ever seen, and I saw Wes Unseld when he was at his absolute peak. Walton can get it out to midcourt as well as anyone in the history of the game.
Oh, you're talking about a 10 and a 9-5 there, Eddie.
I would say so. 24-14, L.A. Nixon penetrates. Walton with a block. Randy with a dig out. Nixon with a takeaway. And trying to save before falling OB, and it'll go back to San Diego.
Well, the Clippers wanted to get that easy opportunity after the great block by Walton. They couldn't get control. Nixon trying to get it back for the Lakers. Couldn't find anybody to hit.
So the Clippers bringing it up and over right now. San Diego averaging 110 points a game. Defense has been deplorable, giving up 118 a game. Walton trying to find Chambers, coming backdoor right, left, and deflected by L.A. So San Diego will inbound with 12 seconds on the shot clock, and Michael Brooks to trigger in. Smith. Mark 24-16. Randy Smith. And Randy Smith now has just rung the bell, and he's got his first 2 of the ball game. Magic to the king. Abdul-Jabbar. A little left-hand baby curl on the iron. So soft like velvet, and the falling leaf has found the bottom of the net.
Now you see the advantage there. Kareem goes to both sides with the hook. He's got the jump shot. Walton is basically a jump shooting center, and his game is not really at its strongest because his conditioning is down a little bit.
On the penetrating attempt, a foul called. And what do we have? We're going to have a timeout before we continue. So far, Los Angeles has been in control, and Pat Riley's got to be happy about that. We'll break it. The Lakers 26, the Clippers 16. Happy holidays from USA. Hockey action coming your way this Sunday when we bring you another special edition NHL contest. We'll be coming to you from the Igloo in Pittsburgh as the New York Rangers invade the City of Steel for a battle with the Penguins. Both clubs started the season struggling, and now they're trying to make some headway in the Patrick Division. Don't miss the Rangers and the Penguins this Sunday live at 7:30 right here on the USA Cable Network. Steve, it's 26-16. The Lakers don't look threatened to this point.
Well, the Lakers have had control of the ball game from the outset. They got some early cheap baskets with their break, and the Clippers have helped them because they've been fighting themselves offensively. With the addition of Randy Smith in the lineup, they've begun to settle down a little bit more, so we should see a little bit more competitive ball game. Now, they're only down by 10, and certainly they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. They have to realize that the game is a long one, and they want control.
That man only second to John Havlicek in the amount of games played in NBA history, Paul Silas. And he made it the hard way. Came out of Creighton University and had to go to the Eastern League before he found a shot with the old St. Louis Hawks. 26-16 score. It hasn't changed as Chambers has gone to the line. Chambers 77% for the year. He's averaging 7.1 rebounds. Do you like him as a player?
I like his game. As I said before, he's done some excellent things in the year plus that he's been in the league. He's shown that he has the talent to play in the league, and all they have to do is get him a little bit more help.
San Diego, who won 17 last year, only won 4 this year, but they're on the rise. Kareem. He's used that left-hand hook 3 times this year, and the Clippers not helping from the weak side, letting Walton go it alone. Hodges. That hit somebody right on the head, I think. It was James Worthy who comes up with it. Magic, right wing trailers.
Nice move.
Tremendous move on one of the very best, Bill Walton. Carried it in, turned the body to protect the ball on the way up, and Magic Johnson doing a little of that. He's got 4. Michael Cooper in the game now for the Lakers. They say perhaps the best 6th man in the game. A lot of people might argue, but he's a good one. Chambers Soft, won't fall. Cooper and Magic fight. The #1 rebounder on the Lakers has got. Up to Cooper, deep in sky. Offensive basket interference. Offensive basket interference on Worthy. Don't mark a pair. 28-17 Lakers.
Well, the one thing that Worthy has done is made a lot of big plays for them. This time he takes 2 points away. That ball just coming off. The officials say it's not good enough. Worthy can't have the 2 points, but they have got to put a body between Worthy and the basket, or he's going to be tipping them in all night long.
The Lakers' #1 scorer, Kareem, 20 points a game for the year, is out. McAdoo is in. Overplayed beautifully by Worthy. Deflected to Nixon. Pulls up, stop and go. He won't get it. Chambers will bring it up. Pull it up, get it under control, go to the guard. Brooks at one of the wings. Walton in the middle. That's Hodges. Good penetration, wraparound. Nice pass. Brooks can't convert, but he does this time. Nice pass off the penetration on the wraparound that time by Hodges to Brooks. Magic, run and gun. McAdoo shy. Brooks in the deflection. Walton with a rebound. Two-hand over the head, knocked away by Nixon into the hands of Cooper. Well, they look like they make a couple of good defensive backs the way they're transitioning back to cover the break the other end.
Okay, you see the Lakers, they want the transition. They get in a quick transition, a little bit out of control. They get the ball to Magic. He settles them down. They get a play, and they'll try to get something down. That time in miscue, but that is a sign of a mature team that knows what they want to do, and that's what the Clippers will try to get to.
You saw right there for a moment a maturing coach, Pat Riley. Clay Johnson has just come in the game. Clay, long, lanky kid for a guard, 6'4", 185. I don't think he's quite that heavy. Played in Missouri. Showed well last year after playing some time in the Continental League. Brooks played by Magic. Walton, there's the pin down, trying to free his man. Cooper from Randy Smith. Chambers forcing it, nowhere close. And down there to pull it out is Magic Johnson. We've got a foul call against Magic Johnson. The offensive foul as indicated by Bob Reichel.
Well, the Clippers get bailed out this time. Magic Johnson with an excellent rebound, and Hodges steps in the way as he's coming out. He wasn't really in front of him, fell down. They called it. Perhaps it was the angle to which Bob Reichel was viewing that play from.
Walton get a lot of playing time right here. He's played the entire first period. Randy goes the other way, doesn't use the Walton screen and misses. And the field goal percentages for the Clippers in the first period, not good. Up to Worthy, hung in the hip, can't draw it out. Traveling for the second time in a row for James Worthy, the hardship from North Carolina.
Well, the Lakers have had several breaks, Eddie, in which they have had chances to convert and they've miscued, and that's allowed the Clippers to stay close with 19 seconds to go.
So far, San Diego's shooting percentage down. Not that good. 28-19. Lakers with the lead. First period. Tom Chambers. Nice move through the crowd. And they say he's not tough. Give him a while. He's only a second-year guy in the league. Half court. Would have been good had it gone. Did not. Magic on the last shot, and we played one. Pat Riley will draw up a play, talk a little basketball, and we'll come back right after we take a break for this time out. Lakers 28, Clippers 21. Back right after this. After one, Los Angeles 28, the Clippers 21. A good look up at the San Diego Sports Arena scoreboard and some of the holiday crowd in attendance here tonight. The King, partially blocked. Next to him, Jamal Wilkes and Kareem, who is now 14 years in the league. And a two-time all-time, #2 all-time scorer in the history of the game. The one record he has not achieved is the one he may pursue, and that's that scoring mark of Wilt Chamberlain. As they go to a four-corner, and now we got an illegal defense call against the Lakers. Interesting offensive set by San Diego, slow down in a four-corner.
Well, they were wanting to see what kind of defense that the Lakers are going to play. The Lakers are playing the half-court trap as well as anybody. They had Tom Chambers free underneath. They can't get him the ball. It goes out on the line, and they make another turnover. And against a team like the Lakers, you cannot make those kinds of mistakes continually and expect to stay in the ball game.
Got to shoot the basket, too. 36% in the first period. The Lakers 54%. Clippers out-rebounded 17-14. Good rebounding team, San Diego. Brooks at one of the forwards. Little turnaround by Worthy. And Michael Brooks, who was a #1 draft pick here a couple years ago. 6'7", 210, three-year man from LaSalle. Got the rebound. Randy Smith, they swing it around Hodges. Deep. Didn't have any reputation of shooting that ball from that distance in college. He was primarily a passer and a good defender. But he's come along and developed his offensive game, and they like him so far in San Diego. Worthy with McAdoo in the middle. Kareem out of the game. Clay Johnson. That's Bob McAdoo. Lakers have won 4 in a row. The Clippers have lost 7 in a row. Little contrast there. San Diego trying to find their way along. Incidentally, these are brand new uniforms. The second time they've been worn by San Diego. Randy tried to get the ball in the middle. Anytime they go to a setup game, they'll try and get the ball in deep. And that is magic. Well, they scored. Jerome Whitehead has just come in the ball game.
Randy Smith on that play right there. Magic Johnson, anytime he sees he's got a man smaller than him, he's going to try to get in as close as he possibly can. Randy Smith trying to deny the position. Little bump with the chest, and Magic inbounds and gets it back.
They do not score the basket. Foul before. It's on Randy Smith. Worthy, interestingly, said in college you had to play under control. Occasionally in the pros, they let you go. And when they do, man, you can do some fun things. Foul called. And San Diego will send someone to the line with Cooper's foul.
Even in trying to find that area in which you want to play with a lot of fun, you have to be under control. At the time, Michael Cooper a little bit out of control and using poor judgment to chase that jump shot by Michael Brooks.
You know, there may come a day when everybody will play with goggles. Look at this. Brooks has got them on, too. I kind of like them. Can I get you a pair for Christmas?
Yeah, that'll be my Christmas present. We'll start a new thing for an announcer.
Well, what are you giving me? 30-25. Clippers now within 5. Cooper, McAdoo. On top to Magic. That's Clay Johnson. Pretty good move going to his left. And Brooks with a rebound and Johnson with a loose ball foul. Loose ball foul. Whatever happened to Michael Brooks? Hasn't he developed the way they expected?
Well, I think they have seen Michael Brooks play some strong basketball. I think he's going to be one of those players that comes off the bench and plays well for them. And who would you rather have, Michael Brooks or Terry Cummings? It's not a bad choice, and you like to have that kind of talent on your basketball team.
Johnson's first, the Lakers' second foul, holding the ball too long, and the Lakers pull it away. Worthy again. He soars. Oh, my goodness. He comes up over the mountain and then just kind of keeps it under control until he drops it down into the nest. 32-25. James Worthy. Hodges to Brooks. They run a little simple stack and interchange in the baseline. That's Jerome Whitehead, and he's fouled by Bob McAdoo.
Now, notice one thing about this team. Now, these players have seen each other all season long. Whitehead, Randy Smith, Hodges, Brooks, Chambers. They've been working out in practice together. They seem to find the spot for each other a lot better than when Walton's in the team out on the floor with that team, and that's what they're going to have to make the adjustment to, and that was the concern of Paul Silas early in the season.
Whitehead very unselfish. Somebody asked him, aren't you a little bit upset that when Walton comes along, automatically you become the second string center? He says, hey, not at all, and I don't really appreciate the fact that you try and make it sound like it's 2 different teams, because it isn't. We all have a job. That's Jim Brogan. Brogan, who was a free agent walk-on. He got a tryout with Golden State a couple of years ago. 6'6", 180 from West Virginia Wesleyan. He's in at a guard, very scrappy player. So Jerome Whitehead, who had a great year, his best last year, when he averaged 13, 8, and 9.2 rebounds, led the Clippers in rebounds, now has pulled them within 5. Remember, they trailed 18-7 earlier. Nixon against Randy Smith. McAdoo, good screen by Cooper. Cooper made that play happen. A little back pick to free McAdoo coming from the left side around the screen, and he got the open J. That's Whitehead, played by McAdoo. Brogan flashes inside, goes way to the corner. Whitehead on the top. Randy tries to take his man into the screen, gets it. Nixon trails late. Randy got it. Oh, that was a nice execution by Randy Smith, the veteran, been around. I said 7th. I think he was a 9th round pick, and he's still here.
Well, he was very low. I think your initial number was right. He was 7 for the Buffalo Braves, but he had some blazing speed. He still has tremendous quickness.
Oh, my goodness. Say it isn't so. A one-hand over-the-head jam off the lob. Michael Cooper, he was airborne. He got off the 5th floor that time. Chambers, nice strong move inside. Chambers showing a propensity to want to go in deep. And 5 points for Chambers so far. And immediately as the Lakers try and ignite the break to the other end, they're fouled. But watch this man, Michael Cooper. Nixon on the feed.
Well, that's great timing, and what can you say? But boom.
Settled back. It's going to be fun. 36-31. Lakers with a lead. Wilkes back in the ball game with McAdoo in the middle. There he is. Quick move, strong move, McAdoo. A lot of people said he couldn't play with his back to the hoop. He did that time, and he just curled around the big man, Whitehead. McAdoo 6'10", Whitehead 6'11". Jerome from Marquette. There's Brogan. Very feisty, aggressive player. Fun man to watch. Good bench player.
Now that's a spot that Michael Brooks likes the best. Good pump fake down and deep. Missed it, got a chance to follow, and they get control of the ball.
Lakers were looking to transition back. Worthy was already headed the other end, and he had to get back to his man Chambers, and he fouled him. But the Lakers are concentrating on looking to cheat a man on the transition, and that time Worthy had to get back to cover Chambers, and he got beat.
Well, you have an excellent chance of cheating that man when a team pumps the ball a lot from the outside. San Diego has fallen into the trap a little bit, taking a quick outside jumper. When they miss that, the Lakers are off and running, and they're always getting one player out on the fly, and that helps them get that quick transition hoop.
The Lakers with a good first period, and here comes Abdul Jabbar, UCLA grad, NC2A champion 3 times. Boy, you talk a man that has done it all. Incredible performer, Kareem, College Player of the Year twice, MVP in the NBA 6 times. Happened 3 times at UCLA. Boy, I'm going to have a lot of things to tell his grandchildren about for sure. Going to have a lot of grandchildren probably too. 38-31, Cooper came from the University of New Mexico. Randy Smith up to check him on top. Brogan on a one-on-one against Nixon. They come back to McAdoo. 1-1 on Chambers and McAdoo, who's no slouch himself. McAdoo, as you probably know, 3-time scoring champion from 73 to 76. Brogan with a hitch and go. Jamal Kent, Whitehead's got right back to the hoop and over the big man, and it didn't go down, and no foul. And McAdoo knocked away out of bounds, and it'll come back to Los Angeles.
They made a good effort that time offensively, try to get themselves a ball to go up and down. They couldn't get control of it. Walton comes back in the ball game. We'll see if his presence helps as they find themselves down by 9.
Walton looks like he's been working on the Nautilus. Got a little tone. Didn't have that when he came into the league. Nixon on Randy Smith. You gotta love Norm Nixon. Norm Nixon is one of the very, very best. 17-6 last year. Nixon this year 14-8.
Chambers went out of the ball game, so they'll have Whitehead and Walton and Michael Brooks. That's going to be an interesting front line, and we'll see where Walton really plays.
A little hard. That shot will come back to him, however. Walton just got the word he can play 2 games a week. After the 1st of January, it may go full-time. McAdoo. McAdoo's red hot. How about coming off the bench with Bob McAdoo? And how about the fact that until the Lakers picked him up a year ago, no one wanted him, and a lot of teams had a shot at him last year. 44-31. They've opened it up again. Lakers with a lead with 6:43. We'll be back right after these words from your local cable systems.
Yeah.
Lineup of great college basketball contests we've got for you next week. On Monday, enjoy Big East action live when the Pitt Panthers take on the red-hot Orangemen from Syracuse. Then in the ECAC Holiday Tournament, we've got a doubleheader. Wake Forest and St. John's, and Brigham Young meets St. Joe's. Next, on Tuesday, it's a doubleheader as Arkansas faces St. Peter's, and West Virginia tries to ambush North Carolina State. And then finally on Wednesday, it's the finals and the consolations of the ECAC Holiday Tournament, and you can catch it all next week right here on the USA Cable Network. That's a lot of buckets.
That's a lot of hoops, but this is a time for hoops in college basketball, and college basketball and USA, they go together very well.
And so do the pros. NBA game on Thursday night. Off the backcourt pressure, they inbound and break the heat. Brogan. Brogan on Cooper. 6'6" on 6'5 and a half. Good matchup right there. Walton against the big man. UCLA against UCLA. Nice pass. Hodges into Whitehead. Strong move. Kareem gets down to block. Walton on the pickup. Little banker. A la John Wooden. 44-33. After the Lakers had run a string of 8 in a row, San Diego is back now as Walton has brought them back to within 11.
Well, again, they have that problem of having a very young backcourt, which provides the leadership for the players up front. Hodges is in, quick outlet pass, and Michael Brooks converts.
A lot of people are saying when San Diego gets another guard and a little time together, they're going to be something. In fact, some people have gone as far to say if Walton comes back full time, they may contend before playoffs, but they may be too far behind now. Only 4 wins.
Well, I don't know if they'll contend for playoffs, but they certainly will make it tough for some other people. They get a double team on Kareem, but Lionel Hollins is probably the player they miss most, but McAdoo is not missing a thing.
McAdoo can do. He's got 10 here in the second period, and he's been the story here in the second half from a 36-31 lead to a 46-35 lead, and a foul called out of the corner. Magic back. The Magic is back. Isn't that what they used to say about the New York Mets? It never happened. McAdoo stays in, and Michael Cooper, the fine swingman, guard forward, will go to the pine. Michael Brooks.
Well, Michael Brooks had that good deep position on Jamal Wilkes. Wilkes trying to fight his way around, got whistled for the foul. Two things hurting the Clippers: shot selection, which has been mostly from the perimeter, and free throw shooting. Brooks has missed a couple. Terry Cummings has missed a couple. Tom Chambers missing the free opportunities, and you can't get that up to a good team.
Brooks only 66% at the line, and he showed us why. Cummings will come in when he can. Remember, because of his recent problems, he can only play in 6-minute streaks. Kareem, there's that left-hand hook again. 4th time tonight.
Well, that one's too deep for him there. I mean, he likes to have that left-hander a little bit closer. That was a little weak attempt, and it ended up an easy hoop for Jimmy Brogan.
Brogan squeezed one out of the pastry bag and gets a pair. 46-37. And Magic with some bother pressure. Look at Walton playing Jabbar.
Well, Kareem had him in great position. He wanted it loud, but they didn't get it to him. We'll see about the sky hook. Nothing.
Nice play. As Brogan snuck over and his man cheated coming backdoor left-right, Kareem found him. One thing that San Diego is doing, they're trying to prevent Kareem from going back to his right with that right-hand sky hook. So they forced him back to the middle with a little baby left-hand hook. He's been successful 1 and 4. Whitehead. Jerome, they let him alone. It honeycombs and pops out.
Offensive. Walton had his hands up as the ball was spinning around.
Let's take a look.
It's a strong move by Whitehead, and watch Walton's hand.
All right, we've got Nixon, Kareem, and Walton. Norman, little 2-on-2 game. There's that fadeaway. That's a tough shot to stop. And Nixon does it as well as anyone I've ever seen. Rodgers knocked away, put the ball on the floor. Magic comes out of there with it. Magic leads the Lakers in steals. Turnovers now. San Diego 11, the Lakers 10. Not a pure game so far.
Hodges a little bit out of control. Magic gets a hand on it. They finally get control of the ball. He's going to come out of the pack. He gets his leg tied up by Hodges, and he thought he should have gotten a foul. They call it traveling. Tom Chambers back in the ball game along with Terry Cummings and Jimmy Brogan and Craig Hodges.
Look for Cummings to stay here for the remainder of this half. Walton gives to Chambers. Walton looks very frisky. That leg or that foot is completely healed, they say. Here's Cummings, comes up shy. Number 2 pick in the draft. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a coin flip. You could have taken Worthy, Cummings, or Dominique Wilkins, and you wouldn't have hurt yourself either way. Or all 3 ways. They're good.
It was a coin flip.
Huh?
It was a coin flip.
Oh, thank you. I really needed that. Pat Riley. Pat Riley says, I'm happy with my man, and Paul Silas says, I like this fella.
Cummings not warm, and probably the reason he missed that one. Didn't go up as strong as he probably would have if he'd been on the court for more than one possession.
5 points for Cummings. Make that, what do we have, 4 points? 4 points for Terry Cummings. Cummings, who averaged 11.9 rebounds last year at DePaul, and right now is the leading rebounder on San Diego's team. Look at Walton body Kareem and forcing him to the left-hand hook again. And this time the big man made it.
When he gets down in that deep, that left hand is very effective because he's almost a foot away, and he just drops it up and down.
But they're really concentrating on trying to force him left. Look at Walton penetrating the big man, trying to snuff, and he couldn't. And 6 points for Walton, and it's 52-42. Nixon, remember, Kareem missed the team bus because of a serious migraine last night, drove down on his own. So we'll be watching to see how he plays. That's what you call a Willie Mosconi shot. He put a little action on that baby, let me tell you, as he drew it up from the drawstrings and spun it around and down. 54-42, Lakers.
One thing that those guards have to try to do with Magic Johnson is keep him from getting that deep post position. Once he gets down in there, it's tough to stop him from getting the shot off. Walton from the outside.
Loads it up about nose high, and a foul call. The Lakers doing well from the floor, shooting over 50%, almost 60, while the Clippers only 36%.
Style of play will help you percentage-wise. The Lakers know exactly what they want to do as we go to a timeout. They're a running basketball team. They're going to look for quick opportunities. The Clippers, on the other hand, want to set up.
Kurt Rambis committed a foul. The Lakers are over the limit, so we'll have a foul to be shot when we return. The Lakers 54, Clippers 42. We're coming right back. Next week, Wednesday Night Missile returns with an exciting battle between two Eastern Division powers. The cry around the league this year has been beat New York. These two teams are doing just that. Be with USA next week as the Cleveland Force heads into a fiery confrontation with the Baltimore Blast. It all starts at 7:30 Eastern right here on the USA Cable Network. I want some popcorn and I want some liquid sport. That's what that man's having right here. Bill Walton's back. Bill Walton, 2 operations to reconstruct that left foot, and it's resurrected his career possibly. Had that fractured cheekbone, and that's why he's wearing those goggles right now. I love to see him back because he is a smart player. He really adds something to the game.
Well, certainly, anytime you have great natural abilities and you can play the game, it adds something to the game and the fans' enjoyment. And certainly the people in San Diego have something to look forward to if they can get them on the schedule for more than 15, 20 ball games.
Chambers 2 for 6 at the line. Poor. Chambers is going to have to find a way to be comfortable with Walton and Cummings in the front line because they could be a dominating front line in the years to come. Magic with a good save, comes up a little lame. Came down hard on the foot and limping over the timeline to get it back from Nixon. Jamal pops off the Kareem screen, running hook, no. Kareem on the follow and a foul. Little nice baby shot, and they call a goaltend. No foul. Rub it out, call the goaltend on Walton.
Well, excellent offense by the Los Angeles Lakers. Very quick. Just a little curl around Kareem. They dump the ball in from the top. He's wide open.
Call that ring around the big guy. Cummings. Blocked. Jamal Wilkes. Smooth as silk. To Magic. Comes up with that chest-high dribble. Little yo-yo. 6'9" guard. How about that, folks? Oh, boy. I'll tell you. You talk about talent, versatility. They have everything in L.A. They've tried to improve their team defense, and they don't have much of a three-point offense. That's it. Well, I've seen them do that 100 times, hundreds of times. 58-44. Big Bill now with 8. Jamal. Magic, little give and go. Walton can't get there in time.
Well, you notice the difference in the shots and the fact that the Lakers are moving the ball so easily, so there's not enough defensive pressure on the Laker offense. They're getting high percentage opportunities.
Brogan tries a no-look pass. Well, that's the way it's been for San Diego all year, though. They don't put pressure on anyone, and that's why they're giving up 118 points a game. So you talk about where you have to improve. Al Wood will come in for San Diego. You talk about where you have to improve if you're San Diego. You've got to start right there with the defense and hope you can get another guard to help out. And, of course, when Lionel Hollins comes back, he's out with a bad knee. That'll help. They still are not a deep team. Hodges. Kareem keeps it under control. Gives it over to Magic. On Hodges. That's a 6'9", 6'3" matchup. And look at Walton climb the ladder. To Wood. Open shot. Missed it. Kareem with another rebound. 14,000 career rebounds. Can you believe that? Whew. And that is Norman Nixon. Give me a little room, and I'm going to bomb it in there. 62-44. Nixon with 12. 18-point lead. I believe that's their biggest. Crowd getting a little impatient now. They want their Clippers to do something. Chambers.
Well, I think they came here anticipating a stronger basketball game from the Clippers since they played the Lakers so close the last time out. They have not had control of the basketball in any area at this point. The Lakers getting high percentage shots with their break and their offense, and San Diego's been settling for the outside jumper. There seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what they want to do at the offensive end. Certainly Paul Silas has to be concerned. Now, what his thoughts are, there's 50 seconds left here in this half. He'd like his team to maybe make a couple of hoops, make a couple of good plays, get a little bit of momentum going in, and try to cut into the lead and be competitive going into the fourth quarter.
James Worthy, who Kareem says has fit right in. Does the right things at the right time is what the word comes from Pat Riley. Riley even says he can play guard, and he may before it's all over. 64-44, 20-point lead. At halftime, we'll tell you a lot about Bill Walton, his past, and what he thinks about his future. That's Terry Cummings. There it is, 30 seconds to the break. Cummings now with 6. And it's an 18-point Laker lead. But it doesn't mean a thing in this game, as it can really turn around. And now Magic will bring it down as we take it down to the final 15 seconds of the half. Look at Kareem on the pick. Magic freed up, but switching over is Walton. Down underneath, they go to Worthy. Little jump hook, and Chambers with a foul. They execute so well. Now they're going to call it on Worthy.
Worthy coming across. He had good position as you saw him. Magic motioning to the vacant spot. Put that arm out as he went for that little jump hook. Bob Raker right there. So 9 seconds left on the clock. The Clippers will get one more shot at it.
Clippers against the defending world champs. And Wood misses everything but the floor. Chambers in the follow. What a jam. Now that'll give the folks something to think about as they head to the hot dogs and beer. It's 64-48. We've got a break at halftime. Remember, Walton in an interview and a look back at the history of Bill Walton. Lakers 64, Clippers 48. We're coming back on USA. The latest almost ending his basketball playing career. Bill Walton has been a winner in college and in the NBA. At this time, let's take a look at the career of Bill Walton, the center for the San Diego Clippers, who's back and healthy.
Bill Walton has always been a winner. In college, he led UCLA to 2 national championships and was the #1 pick in the 1974 NBA draft. In Portland, the Big Redhead powered the Trailblazers to an NBA title in 1977. But injuries limited Walton to only 14 games over the next 4 years. Now, after being virtually written off, he has returned to the NBA to try and regain that winning form.
Obviously, whenever you're coming back from an injury of any kind, and even more so when it's a really serious one, there's the chance and the reality that you have peaks and valleys, and some days it feels really good and other days it doesn't. And as I work back into it, that reservation and those hesitations, they're becoming less and less at this point. But I'm just extremely fortunate that I'm able to get back up again, because there was a time when everyone said that I couldn't play anymore.
In 1977, the Trailblazers capped off a Cinderella season by capturing the NBA championship. What made that team so special?
Everyone having, a sense of the ability of the team right from the start almost, that we could win. And that coupled with the tremendous fan support that we received in Portland really enabled us to overcome any negative feelings about our ability to win, and I felt we were the best team, and we proved it.
Walton now finds himself on a San Diego team that is starting from scratch.
I really think that this team can be a real solid franchise in the NBA. We're on the rebound at this point. The most important thing we have to do is learn how to win with the personnel that we have, so that when we're out there playing, when we have to come through, when we have to produce, we'll know what everybody can do.
Walton is optimistic, yet cautious about the future.
I'm having a great time, and I think that only time will tell how much more basketball that I can play. But it's important to me that I do play more. I think I have the ability to play in the NBA, and I want to do that as long as I can, because really the NBA is probably the perfect life as far as I'm concerned. You travel around.
portions of the career of Bill Walton. Very interesting young man with a lot to say. How about what Bill Walton's thinking about right now? Well, I think we have an opportunity to present some of those thoughts to you. Steve Jones talked, and here's how that went.
The Bill Walton comeback is a big story in the NBA, and certainly the story of your foot has been a big story for all of us in the media. But I think the bigger story behind that lies the pressures and what has caused you to do. What have you learned from playing with injuries, Bill, and what it can do to your career?
Well, I've learned, number one, that health is your most valuable possession. I was disabled once. I don't ever want to be there again. I like being able to be out here playing basketball. More important, I like being able to walk around and live my life in a relatively pain-free manner. The biggest thing for me is to learn how to, pace myself, coming back from this injury, get to the point where I am in condition, where my body is strong enough that I can push on it every day and hopefully be away from that injury problem and injury cycle from the past.
All right, now you're back on schedule as far as playing with this basketball team. How good do you think this team can be once you get in full tilt with the rest of your teammates?
I think this team can be a very good team. I've yet to see enough of the team really in action, particularly on the road, to see really how good we can do. Obviously, the injury to Lionel Hollins has set us back a lot. We got some young players. Terry Cummings, obviously, everybody knows the real star. The rest of us, we really have to, work our game into each other's games. Basketball is a team game, requires a lot of cooperation, teamwork, dedication, hard work out there so that you can get to your goal of winning the ball game. Learning how to get to that goal, learning how to win the ball games, knowing who to go to at the end, knowing how to control the tempo of the game is what this team has to learn how to do.
All right, do you feel any pressure of being the stopper? This team has lost a lot of ball games this year, and Bill Walton has been playing one game a week. I'm sure that everyone thinks they're going to win that game. How about yourself?
Well, we haven't won one of them yet. I think it's been another decade since I've been in a winning NBA basketball game. But, the biggest thing for me right now, Steve, really is to just be able to get out there and run up and down the court and work on my conditioning, work on my game overall. And I'm able now to get in more practices, more games, but I still got to come at it slowly. I can't just put all that stuff behind me because, there's a lot of years that I was out and unable to play, as you well know. But the pressures, I put a lot of them on myself. There's pressures all the time, but I like it that way, actually. I just have to learn how to deal with them in a positive manner so that I don't get out there and do too much too soon and try to assume too much responsibility for the team right now.
All right, well, you just got to look at the NBA's Gordie Howe. He's got 4 centers of his own coming up. He's going to play in the middle. Let's go back to Eddie Doucette.
Okay, Steve Jones, and the man who missed all of 1979, 81, and 82, Bill Walton, is with us tonight. At halftime, the Lakers 64 and the Clippers 48. We'll take a break. This is USA, and we'd love to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Up moments and some down moments. Here's one of them right here.
You see that the Los Angeles Lakers, when they get the ball down and deep, they're going to try to score it. They had a couple of opportunities that time. Now we see Walton at his best. He comes in, he gets that long outlet pass, and Hodges is going to get an easy 2 because they got that transition.
How about at the other end? The Lakers have done a lot of things well. One of the sensational things that we have seen here tonight has been the opportunities of the Lakers to capitalize with people like Cooper and that crowd as we look at Walton driving again.
Well, Bill Walton took the challenge that time against Kareem, took it down the middle, and that's where his strength lies, his mobility and ability to move out there on the floor against big centers.
The Lakers, and we talked about this, with Norman Nixon and Michael Cooper, are fun to watch.
Well, this is a play they practice all the time, but you got to have that God-given ability to get skyward like Michael Cooper, and there's not a lot you can say except God bless the child that's got his own.
How about James Worthy? Young but impressive.
Well, we talked about James Worthy. I like his ability to play all over the court and do all of the things that the Lakers like to do. Run, jump, pass, dribble it. He can do it all.
And there it is, the Lakers and the Clippers. So far, as I said, pretty much all Los Angeles. We'll give you the individual scoring, team scoring, the whole thing when we come back to San Diego after this on USA. For San Diego, even though the turnovers are even, the Clippers are going to have to find a way to find the hoop if they're going to get back in this one.
Well, you circle all of those important statistics, and it denote style of play. The Lakers are a running team. They've gotten a chance to shoot some high percentage shots on the break. They've executed their offense well and gotten the ball down and deep. Anytime you do that, you're going to shoot 62% or better, somewhere around that vicinity. And on the year, they're shooting well over 50% as a team. Clippers on the other side have popped a lot from the outside, and I'm sure Paul Silas talked about that. But they're not out of this ball game. They want to try to get within 10 at the top of the fourth period.
Terry Cummings can't. Wood tries. Chambers and Walton with 10 each lead the Clippers. Magic, Johnson, and foul by Hodges. Magic now leads the Lakers with 12. Kareem, McAdoo, and Wilkes had 10. Nixon had 12. So Magic and Nixon.
Well, Los Angeles has a couple of teams, and they could both use this pass right here. The Raiders or the Rams. Magic Johnson takes it in for the score. He has a chance for a three-point play. And that's what we talked about in terms of shooting percentage. They come up with the three-point play to start the third period.
Magic Johnson, who was second in the NBA in assists last year, number 1 in steals, a do-all guy, about 19 points a game and almost 10 rebounds a game. What more could you ask? He's doing the same this year. That's Chambers. He was fouled. He'll get the 2. He'll go to the line. What the Clippers have got to do is try and create situations, get to the line. They need big points in a hurry.
Well, early in the first half, Tom Chambers was settling for the jump shot. This time he tried to create a little something by penetrating inside. He gets a foul, and he has a chance for a three-point play. Now, he's been their main culprit at missing free throws. Let's see if he's improving here in the third period.
Chambers at the stripe. Free throw shooting has not been good. That wasn't pure, but it'll do. And the Clippers are trying to slowly peck away here and get back into it. Norman Nixon, who had 12 first-half points. They clear it out, let him work across the lane. Knocked away by Hodges. Picked up by Wood. Cross-court Chambers, almost stolen by Magic. Chambers with 2. I like Tom Chambers. I think he's going to be a real fine player. Chambers, a second-year man. Cummings, a rookie. Walton, who is probably feeling like a rookie, even that he's back in the game, because there were many that said he was done, would never play again. But they reconstructed the foot. He is back after not playing at all 3 of the last 4 years. He's played 14 games in the last 4 years and a 3-second call on the Lakers.
Well, Jamal Wilkes was flat on his back laying in the lane. There wasn't anything they could do but call that. He stayed there for a week, and they finally blew the whistle. Clippers have a little bit of momentum going. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Trying to run a play now. Craig Hodges pulling the trigger.
South of the border, they do that number about 2 in the afternoon. And reverse jam. Woo! He did a 180 in the air, went over the head with a reverse blind jam. 67-55. McAdoo. Blocked by Walton. No foul. McAdoo checked by Walton to see if he's all right. Beautiful defense.
Well, this will bring the crowd to their feet, and the Clippers need a little excitement. Tom Chambers well in the air, just caught it, guided it down. Then back at the other end, McAdoo got him up off his feet. Walton came over with the interior defense, and McAdoo pushed off, and that's where the foul came.
Walton's been blocking almost 4 shots a game in the games he's played. And there's Cummings. Nice body control by the big guy. And suddenly it's a 10-point game, and Pat Riley wants time to talk it over. He's going to talk about complacency. Don't think you've got a W yet, and he's absolutely right. 10:21 to play in the third. It could change. I can feel the winds are blowing. Lakers 67, Clippers 57. Riley, right out of GQ. He's become quite a coach. I'd like to find out who does his hair. Got the good moss, doesn't he?
You got to have hair early first in order to worry about getting it
Don't
done.
look at me when you say that. Talking to the big guy.
Now, I tell you, now Paul Silas must have had a baseball bat in that locker room at halftime, because all the Clippers have tried to do is get in the basket area, get in that paint and get something nice, a high percentage. They've scored 9 points here to the Lakers 3, and that's what got the Laker timeout.
I'll tell you what, if he had a baseball bat, he's hitting about 800. Didn't take any strikes.
Look at the Lakers. They're going to try to come inside. They had Magic Johnson with great position. They didn't get it, so they'll come back with your man, the King.
Fake it back door, second man around. McAdoo can't do. And Walton with a rebound. Look at how he keeps it under control. Walton with double number rebounds in the game. Walton with 11 rebounds. Paul Silas getting nervous. Bill Walton not nervous at all. Cool.
Well, I think Silas getting nervous because, hey, we got a little something going here. Let's not blow it over the top.
Big man. They shade him to the middle, and they did not get any weak side help. Walton taking away the right hand. That weak side's supposed to come over and help out. Can't give him any kind of move inside. 0 overplay him, you're asking for trouble unless someone comes over to cheat on the ball. Hodges.
That's why Kareem likes it so much. Walton tries to take the challenge of playing him one-on-one, and most teams will send 1, 2, 3 people at him to make him do something else, and that's all you can do with a great offensive center like Kareem.
San Diego will inbound the ball. Fouled by McAdoo. He's got 3. One-team foul. Wood. Tough shot to keep under control, and Kareem with another rebound. The big man with 5 rebounds in the game. Walton with 11, coming right this way. Nixon with a save, stepped over the sideline. Nope, they're saying over and back. They're saying over and back. Nixon says, I didn't go over the sideline, but Rakel says, I know that. You went over and back. You can't do that. So Al Wood will inbound right in front of our position here at San Diego. Give it over to Chambers. Outside the three-point line, McAdoo's got to go out and play. They're trying to open it up in the middle. Chambers wants to drive, and a foul as he's checked by McAdoo. Walton and Hodges now having some words. Walton is saying, come on, young man, get over there. You're the rookie. Listen to me.
You see Tom Chambers again trying to go to the hoop. This time he gets the ball. A little brush foul there, body contact by Bob McAdoo, and that's going to get him out of the ball game. James Worthy in. Now, you know, McAdoo had that sensational second period, had 10 points, couldn't miss a shot, and now he's picked up 4 quick fouls, and he'll have to sit.
14 turnovers for San Diego for the Lakers and 12 for the Clippers. So the Lakers turning it over. They don't normally do that. Last year, the Lakers led the NBA in fewest turnovers a game, 15.4.
3 team fouls now as San Diego trying to keep the pressure on by going to the basket. That time Hodges came from the outside, but that's his game, but they're still trying to go inside.
I think Silas would have liked to have seen him take a little bit more time. 69-57, 12-point Laker lead. They've led by as many as 20. Nixon cuts backdoor off a Worthy screen. Worthy in there now. There's Nixon on the come around. Kareem gave him a screen. He got a screen on the right. Here's Worthy. He wanted to go up there with that ice cream cone shot. Got it knocked off the top, and a foul called. Look at Cummings, though. He is a sensational player.
Well, I tell you, take it to the basket. This time he's going to challenge Kareem, but he's not going to challenge him in front of the basket. He's going to come out the other side. That's great athletic ability to make that shot.
Cummings, like I said, he came from 119th on the south side. They call it Mean Street because at the end of February, when that hawk is blowing and it's got you worn out, you become mean. Cummings said you eventually get out. Cummings is out being examined now by the trainer on the Clippers, checking his eyes out. I don't know whether he got hit in the face or not.
Yeah, he got an elbow on a play inside, trying to stop Jamal Wilkes, and he caught the elbow right in the face.
There's Brooks, who has replaced him. Wood, Hodges, Brooks, triangle left. Bango. Hodges, he's got 8, and he has 5 of those here in this period. Norm Nixon, Worthy.
See, Worthy's problem, once he gets the ball inside, he's not going up strong enough. He's making great position moves, but he's not going up strong enough. And Tom Chambers comes up with a nice drive. He's got 9 points here in the period, 19 for the ball game.
And they've cut it to 9, and Riley's up calling a set play. And the Lakers have not been able to run here in the second half. So not only have the Clippers started putting it in the hole, but they've prevented the Laker break, which is devastating when it's going. Nixon and Kareem. Nixon, good pump fake. Hodges can't recover. Nixon's got a deuce. Sweet move by a veteran on the rookie. Norman Nixon. Underrated? Not by many any longer.
Well, you spoke about the ability to run. When you're shooting the ball and taking it to the basket, that prevents the other team from running nearly as much as when you're putting the ball up from the perimeter. Michael Brooks, and that's his shot, but he doesn't get it to go.
Chambers, surprised we haven't seen more Kurt Rambis here tonight. Wood, no. Fight for a loose, out of bounds Magic, off of Chambers. Rambis has not played all that much here tonight, and he has 4 fouls, and that's the principal reason why. Wilkes will go out. Michael Cooper has come in. There he is. Handles the ball with a drawstring out. He and McAdoo do that. We've never been able to find out. Look at the 2-man as Walton exposes, but not in time, and Nixon hit it. Kareem setting the screen. Walton, the peekaboo, came around on the defense. Walton wants and gets. Tries to shoehorn it to Wood, and he never went for it. Walton with a pass, and Wood didn't see it coming or pulled away.
Well, it was an awfully swift pass for being so close together. They're about 6-7 feet apart, and Walton really whipped that one in there, and Al Wood just wasn't ready to handle it.
2 good rebounding teams. And right now, it's all even. 34 apiece, and both these clubs average over 43 boards a game. Worthy in deep over the Giants. He's got 2 more, and he'll go to the line.
Now, Tom Chambers has had a strong offensive game, but he's given up a lot at the defensive end by allowing James Worthy to get this position. He gets down and deep this time, goes up stronger than he did on the previous possession, and he comes up with a 3-point play. So Worthy beginning to feel his way. He's got 10 points in the ball game, 4 here in the 3rd period.
That was the 15th foul with the Clippers, incidentally. Randy Smith, who's in. Nope. Randy's been around many semesters, folks, and still going strong. Smith, his 12th year from Buffalo State. 868 games.
Oh, my. Oh.
Magic. He put the ball right up in Jerome Whitehead's face and still made it as he curled under to try and draw the foul. Whitehead drew it back and he put it down. And San Diego, who moments ago were within 9, are now looking at an 18-point deficit. And Silas trying to think of something important to say. The Lakers 83, the Clippers 65. Happy holidays. Well, we want to tell you a little bit more about that college basketball schedule on USA. On Monday, starting at 8 Eastern, we have Pitt and Syracuse in the ECAC Holiday Tournament, Wake Forest and St. John's, BYU and St. Joe's. That's what that tournament is all about. Then on Tuesday at 8 Eastern, Arkansas and St. Peter and West Virginia and North Carolina State. And then on Wednesday at 10 Eastern, the ECAC Holiday Tournament Finals. All coming up next week on the USA Network. Lots of action tonight in the NBA. You saw New Jersey beat Washington 97-90. Denver beating Detroit 135-127. Lakers come away with it. Worthy to Magic. 2-on-1 Anderson in the middle. Young rookie just came in the ball game. Richard Anderson, 6'10", 243 from the University of California, Santa Barbara. And another turnover. And now the Lakers in the game. 15. Hodges. Got to make those. Jerome Whitehead, strong rebound, overlays, and a foul. Steve, let's give a couple more scores while we can. Milwaukee 101, Atlanta 90 final. Phoenix 125, Dallas 106.
Christmas presents, and that's what Jerome Whitehead got when he got that foul up, and the foul on Kareem. May get a basket inside, and at least an attempt at a basket inside, and that's where they want to be. Jerome Whitehead on the free throw line.
Jerome Whitehead, Marquette University. Hank Raymond's the current coach, said he's the toughest kid that he's ever had come through there. He played for Al McGuire, of course, but Hank was the assistant at the time. Plays hurt. Last year's best year ever. This kid was waived by San Diego in 1980 and then hit all the stops. San Diego, Utah, Dallas, Cleveland, and back to San Diego. No one wanted him, and he's found a home here. And he had a shot at some of the low-end teams at the time. And finally, with a little work and persistence and some help in the offseason by Pete Newell, he's turned into a pretty good player. Backdoor Kareem, knocked away by Hodges. He saw it coming. Here come the Clippers, and their break is on a roll. 3-on-2. Hodges, he took it almost too far, and he's drawn into a foul situation as Cooper was the man that committed.
Well, when the San Diego Clippers can get a chance to run and they keep the ball in the middle and do the right thing with it, positive things happen for them. This time, Hodges keeping the pressure on the defense all the way. A little fake. Michael Cooper trying to get in front, draw the foul, doesn't. He hits a pair of free throws. After that great start that they had where they outscored the Lakers 9-3, the Lakers have reassumed control in this basketball game, and one of the Achilles heels has been the free throw lane and outside shooting for the San Diego Clippers.
Hodges 64% at the line. Good player at Long Beach State for Tex Winter. Walton with 12 rebounds is on the bench. Had a good game here tonight on the boards. Kareem overlays hard. Here's Richard Anderson. They say he plays better with his back. Actually plays better facing the hoop than with his back to it. And he's 6'10", 243. Jerome, back door. Kareem right in his tracks. Anderson puts it up. No. Anderson, Whitehead. Whitehead's got it. Whitehead a free agent. Anderson a second-round draft choice. And they're in there for the Clippers right now.
And I think the thing that the Lakers have to guard against in this ball game is playing hot water basketball where they get a lead, turn it on, turn it off, because that can hurt you. We've seen the Clippers come back with momentum on a couple of occasions, and we'll see Kareem roll in deep. Jerome Whitehead clobbers him pretty good, but that's a good left-hand move that he's developed to offset the fact that teams want to give help. Watch him come inside. Now, once you get down in this deep, there's not a great deal a player can do but foul you, and especially when you have the offensive repertoire that Kareem has.
Well, he pulled it up underneath that time to try and draw the big man's arm down on him, and he got the call. Kareem at the line. Nixon goes out. Jamal Wilkes comes back. Clippers have upped their field goal shooting to 44% for the game here in the third period. Much better. And the Lakers are now at 63%. And the rebounding still just about there. Turnovers are almost even. Lakers have had the better of it on the steals, 9-4 in the game. But the inferior field goal shooting in the first half has really hurt San Diego. Whitehead. Worthy. Kept live. Magic in the middle on the fly. Watch how he controls his offense. Look at that. Wilkes. He's a master at it. Wilkes again. Magic Johnson is the ultimate maestro. 85-70 score the ball game. Lakers with a lead. Randy Smith, good pass. Michael Brooks. Wilkes with a foul. Brooks underneath.
That's a cute little play that San Diego runs. Good exchange right there. They got good position for Michael Brooks, who likes it down and deep. Jamal Wilkes not wanting to get the ball up and get a chance for a three-point play. Grabbed him. He'll put him on the line for a pair.
Lots of folks around the NBA are talking about the scouting job. It's the coaching job that Scotty Robertson's doing in Detroit. They've got a nice young team.
Well, they've got a good young team. I think the thing that's helped Scotty is, one, they had an excellent exhibition, and then they got off to a great regular season start. Anytime that happens, you build confidence. And even with the injuries, they've been playing some strong ball.
Poor free throw shooting again. Magic, Kareem. That's why the Lakers are shooting 63%. There you see the shooting percentages coming up. San Diego 44% in the game.
And Brooks got 1 of 2, and then it led to a fast break basket for the Los Angeles Lakers. You've got to make that transition from offense to defense.
Hodges kept it. They were looking for him to dish it off. He made a nice move coming down the boulevard. 87-73. Wilkes with that funny looking shot that's usually very effective. Hodges quickly to Randy. One-on-one on the big man. Tries to draw the foul. Doesn't get it, but gets the 2 anyway. Good move by Smith, who's been around a long time.
Well, the Dolphin can still fly, and that time he used his foot speed to go right by Kareem, who challenged him a little bit too high.
Too much inconsistency for San Diego, Steve. They've made a series of runs. They've got to be a little bit more consistent. That's been their problem all year. Whitehead knocks it away. 3-on-2 goal rush. Anderson short on the layup.
You know, you talk about consistency, but again, they're talking and playing against a team that is the best. They know what they want to do. The San Diego Clippers are trying to find out what they want to do, and that's the reason for the inconsistency.
Don't forget now that the Clippers have lost 7 in a row, and the Clippers are playing a team that has won 4 in a row, although the Lakers have lost 2 in a row on the road. Randy Smith, I have seen him do that many, many times over the years, Steve, and I'll tell you, you cannot give him the open shot. Randy Smith can knock him down with the best. Pat Riley to talk. We're going to break. It's 2:12 remaining in the third, and it's the Lakers by 10. Los Angeles 87, the Clippers 77, and we will have an opportunity again to repeat to you the scores of the other games tonight in the event that you're a fan of one of the other NBA teams. Washington beaten by New Jersey 97-90. That means that New Jersey playing the Atlantic now are 14-13, and they are 7.5 behind the idle Philadelphia 76ers. Denver, after a severe tongue lashing by Doug Moe and Carl Scheer over there in Denver, came back to beat a very good young Detroit team, 135-127 in Detroit. So the Denver club remains unpredictable. Milwaukee, after a loss 2 nights ago in New York, beat Atlanta 101-90. So that means Milwaukee now in the Central, 2.5 over Detroit, 5 over Atlanta, the 2 teams that are chasing there. And Phoenix 125-106 over Dallas. Houston at Portland, Golden State at Seattle later on.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Pat Riley is now talking to his basketball team about one thing. Okay, fellas, let's put our foot on the pedal. Let's blow this team away. We got 2 minutes and 12 seconds to reassume control. They 10 points up on them. They don't want to let that get any further down.
Remember to spend your Christmas with us right here at the USA Cable Network. We present a 3-hour holiday special this Saturday on Ovation. You'll enjoy 4 classic holiday tales, plus the triumphant sounds of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Get into the Christmas spirit with Ovation, Saturday at 8 Eastern, right here on the USA Cable Network. And I know the gang down in Fort Lauderdale, Fitz and the boys, hanging on, watching this one, and toasting their favorite Lakers as they watch in anticipation of the holiday season, are enjoying this game here tonight.
Fort Lauderdale.
All the way down there. I was down that way last weekend.
Oh, you're talking about getting that sunshine a whole lot earlier than a lot of us out here. They got winter storms, but the Lakers are going to try to create a storm inside. Kareem solo now. Money.
In the bank. 89-77. 14 years of that action. And look at the Lakers get back on the break to cover the other end. That was Magic Johnson as the Clippers trying to exert pressure the other way, and the Lakers break it up. Now they'll have to go to their setup. Hodges, soft, iron, and down. 89-79. Hodges with 13.
He's got 9 in the period, so he and Tom Chambers have had excellent third period scoring, but they just have not had enough of it. Magic Johnson down indeed.
One-on-one.
Oh,
what a bullet. What a bullet. You look one way and you get it coming from the other direction. And Jamal Wilkes right there, cheating from the weak side. That was some execution. 91-79. The world champs have got it all. Cooper on a breakaway off the steal by Anderson.
Oh, that's great control. He's fighting 2 players all the way, Richard Anderson and Randy Smith. He finally gets control of the ball, jumps up in the air and gets it to roll down. They're up 14.
He's an athlete, one of the best in the league. Richard Anderson. Michael Cooper is really a very fine talent. Brooks put it up, Worthy with a block. Hodges gets it back. Anderson. And the Clippers are mismatched right now with the unit they have in there. They had to get the other fellas a break, however, because they'd been going hard. Cummings and Chambers and Walton and that crew. Randy Smith and Hodges at the guards. Whitehead playing on Kareem. There he is, tries to put a little arm on it. Weak side again. How they run it so sweet. And if you don't have a center that can pass or has an awareness of where his teammates are, you can't execute like that.
Well, again, right after the timeout, the Lakers come on. They put a little spurt, and again, they have control of the ball game. 22 seconds. Randy Smith and the Clippers will hold for 1, trying to get a little something going at the top of the period.
From 10 points up to 16 points up. Not a 13. That was a three-pointer. Hodges, the best three-pointer that they have on the Clippers, and the 7th best in the NBA, just bombed one deep. He's got 16. And that's the end of 3, and it goes. Magic gets the 2. How do you do? 97-82. That's what we have for you after 3 periods here in San Diego. Eddie Doucette and Steve Jones. Watch it again if you're a Magic Johnson fan. And we'll see you right after this word. Big Walton back in with Cummings and Anderson on the front line. That's a jumbo front line. They're 6'11", 6'11", 6'9". They have Randy Smith and Hodges at the guards. Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, Jamal Wilkes, Bob McAdoo, and Kurt Rambis. How about that Laker balance in scoring?
Well, it's just awfully scary what the Lakers can do. It's very balanced. Kareem with 18, Magic with 17, Nixon with 18, Jamal Wilkes with 16, McAdoo with 10, all of them in the second period. They've got 5 players in double figures, and they're just toying with the San Diego Clippers. The one thing, again, that Pat Riley does not want to see happen is the team get very complacent here, as they've had things pretty much their way this evening.
Riley, who came on last year replacing Paul Westhead after 11 games, took them to a 50-21 mark while he was there. Walton on the cut through, got it, put it in. Consummate team player. When he gets back in shape, he will make a big difference. So far, he's played 7 games. They've lost all 7, but he's played sparingly. Playing a lot of minutes, however, here tonight. Wilkes, double pump fake on Cummings, tough shot. And Richard Anderson with very fine blockout position on Rambis to get the rebound. Randy Smith to Hodges. He's been hot. Bingo. Hodges has done a tremendous job keeping the Clippers in the game here in the 3rd period. And now as we go into the 4th, 97-86, the Clippers again draw to within 11. Hodges with 18 points in the ballgame. Now this is a 20-second timeout. A 20-second timeout. Each team gets 1 per half, 2 per game. Pat Riley telling his team what he has in mind, and we'll tell you that this table cablecast is being brought to you with the express written consent of the National Basketball Association. Any publication, rebroadcast, or retransmission of the pictures and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA and the USA Network is strictly prohibited. Magic Johnson. 97-86, Lakers. McAdoo.
McAdoo has been sitting for a long time, a little bit cold with that jumper, rolling out on the break, and he missed it.
And fouled on on the play.
They're going to give the ball back.
Let's watch it right here, Steve.
That's a great outlet pass by Richard Anderson. Out on the break, he'll take it up that time. I think he had thoughts of taking it over the top. Decided he'd roll it in. Magic Johnson gets a foul over the top, and they have it back. Now, this is the way they started the third period with strong play at the offensive end. The Lakers came back and recaptured it. They are now down to within 9 points, and that's as close as they've been in a long, long time, and they give it up again.
And Wilkes cutting through, gets it from Cooper. At the other end, you saw Anderson, the 6'10" kid we talked about from UC Santa Barbara, who was a very fine shooter facing the basket. We talked about that, and there it was. Randy, strong guy, 35 years old, and he can still carry the ball to the hole. Had a chance to be a professional soccer player. Very fine All-American in that sport at Buffalo State. That's Jamal. In and out. Anderson fights. Anderson's done a pretty good job getting good position here in this game. And they say it'll come back to San Diego. They're making a run. And for the second time here in the second half, they've got it down to 9.
Well, okay, they've got it down to 9 points. They've got to keep the pressure on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are playing that Matador defense right now. They're really not pressuring the ball and stopping the San Diego Clippers from doing what they like out there offensively.
Randy Smith. No, sir. Kept live underneath. Loose ball foul call. Here's a score. Golden State trailing Seattle 82-64 at the end of 3. Kurt Rambis, the man that committed. Lakers now with their second team foul in the fourth period. Rambis with 5 in the game. So he's dangerously close. Cummings, Anderson, Randy Smith, Walton, and Hodges. They have a double stack on the left side. Breaks down. Hodges to Walton one-on-one. When they set their half-court offense up, they like to get it in the middle. Walton over McAdoo. That's a pretty shot. Right out on top. And Walton's got that shot down. 14 points for the big guy that was such a great player at UCLA, as was Kareem. Down to 7. Crowd alive. The Clippers have come off the floor. McAdoo. Bang. The Clippers are kind of like Randy Cobb. You keep hitting them and they won't go down.
Yeah, but he ended up losing that fight.
Well, that's been the story here also. They've only won 4 games.
Well, you know what they'll say? We just didn't have enough time, darling.
Cummings, too many passes and maybe a 3-second call. That's exactly what it is. Well, you see the inexperience of San Diego right there. Terry Cummings, a little tentative in their offense. And you made an observation earlier, Steve, and I thought it was a good one.
Well, again, you know, they're inconsistent in the terms of they expect Bill Walton to be a great offensive player for them. He is not a Kareem. What he does well is change sides with the ball and with his teammates, and they have moved the ball that well tonight.
A 3-second call at the other end. Kurt Rambis. They want to take that rhythm bounce, and that chews up time. And now we have time, 8:40, 8:39, and ticking down. 101-92, Los Angeles, but the Clippers are showing signs of curling out of the grave.
Now they're missing a chance. Walton's down and deep. He's begging for the ball. They've got Rambis on him. And they end up with a jumper from the outside. And luckily, Randy Smith gets it to fall.
Starting to pick up a little steam. Back down to 7 again. Crowd here getting with it. They're starting to bang those palms together. As Cooper and Rambis and McAdoo come slowly across the lane to set a back screen. Rambis goes back to it, pinned down on the weak side. McAdoo.
Drive. He got fouled, but they didn't call it.
Rambis fights to get it back. The value of Rambis. He stayed right with it. Free agent, cut by the Knicks, played here in Greece. McAdoo strong. Got inside a wall. Bob McAdoo. 12 years, North Carolina. 5-time All-Star. 25-point career average.
Well, one thing that McAdoo is doing on Walton is making him guard him from outside in. He's taking the ball outside and driving to the hoop. Walton with good position, can't get the ball. Cummings gets it strong.
He came up off that springboard that time. Cummings now with 14. Cummings coming into the game, averaging 22-8. Right back the other end. Boy, they're tough. They just don't give up. Norman Nixon with 20. That Laker balance showing again here tonight. Walton sets the pick. Cooper runs into a big wall. Now they got a mismatch. And that's Walton on Cooper. They give it to him. They got to get double team help. Back to Hodges loose. Walton fouls it to keep it live. We got a loose ball foul. And it's going to be called against who?
Michael Cooper over the back. It looked like all purple inside there. And Paul Silas, he wants to take a timeout. He sees his team getting close, but they don't seem to have enough momentum to sustain it and get past the 7-point marker. We'll see if he can change things with 7:05 to go.
I'm going to take a break right here, Steve Jones. 105.96 Los Angeles, 7:05 remaining. We're coming back on USA. NHL contest this Sunday live at 7:30 Eastern. The last time these two clubs met, it was a 3-3 standoff, so they're both looking for revenge. That's the New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins this Sunday, 7:30 Eastern, right here on the USA Cable Network. Right here in San Diego, it's the Lakers 105, the Clippers 96. Unofficially, I have Los Angeles for 2 timeouts remaining in the game. I have the Clippers for 3 timeouts and a 22nd remaining in the game. Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, Kareem's back in the ball game, said, hey, let's settle down right here. Offensively, I can always bail us out, throw the ball into him. That's going to make that San Diego Clipper defense collapse. Respect him. They'll probably get some easy opportunities for the rest of the players out there on the floor. The Lakers have had the game pretty much their way. They've faced a couple of challenges. San Diego's gotten within 7, and Eddie, you said you'll take us and see how close you can bring them.
See what we can do. Randy Smith fouled on the way to the baseline. Incidentally, Seattle leading Golden State. Seattle and the Lakers tied for the Pacific Divisional Lead. We have them in a matchup on USA next Thursday night. 4 fouls now for Michael Cooper. 4 for the Lakers in the period. The Clippers have none. That could become very important with 6:56 remaining. And a big steal off that turnover. That was a big turnover by San Diego. And that's 18. And the Lakers can't capitalize. Walton triggers the break to Randy. 2-on-2. Penetrates for the big man. Oh, boy. He knew just how to do that. He alley-ooped and scooped it way over the top of the outstretched hands. And now it's a 7-point game. 105-98. We're getting with it now, gang. 6:29 to play. Worthy on Cummings. The number 1 and the number 2 pick in the NBA draft last spring.
Cummings did a good job of bodying him out of that position. Worthy did a better job of going up fairly strong with that jump hook and got a nice soft bounce.
Interchange in the baseline. They pop Anderson free. Try to confuse the defense. Anderson to Cummings. They double down on him. Cummings blocked by Kareem. Fight to get it back off the hand of Los Angeles.
Now that's the kind of help that the San Diego Clippers have not had defensively, but on a few occasions from Bill Walton, and they got it that time from Kareem for the Lakers.
Cummings put the ball down. That might have been a mistake. Keeps it live. Tries it again. Look at how strong that kid is inside. Walton pumps, but taken away by Cooper as he crawled over the back of Walton, who looks a little tired. 107-98. McAdoo. Well, that could have hurt San Diego right there. They had it to within a chance to...
They got within 7 again, Eddie, but, you know, they've had 7 3 times. They've been going down deep. Cummings again, so they're back to within 9. They're playing good ball now because they're keeping the ball going to the basket. They got a chance to pick up that 15 foul, and that would give them some cheap opportunities from the free throw line. But the Lakers still are the Lakers. They know what they want to do, and when they want to do it, they got a lot of weapons in their arsenal. We'll see one of them right now.
The King, here he is.
Oh, my. Down.
Block by Cummings. Outlet Nixon right there. Did not see Nixon cheating in. Cummings again. Up they come. They got a 3-on-1 flyaway. Right wing Trevor Hodges. Well, I'm telling you, Steve, the San Diego team shows flashes. 109-102, under 5 to play, and lots of opportunities coming.
Well, Michael Cooper challenged twice. Walton with the block this time. That's going to get the ball over to Cummings. He makes a strong outlet pass. Randy Smith and Craig Hodges, good 2-on-1 basketball there against Norm Nixon. He gets their call. They have a chance for a 3-point play, and that would get them within 6 if he knocks this down.
Hodges, one of the leaders in three-pointers, as we told you. Playing against guys that I'm sure he idolized when he was in college. Lakers with 5 team fouls, so the Clippers in the penalty situation from here on. And Hodges misses another free throw.
Your man, the Maestro's back in. They take Jamal Wilkes out. They get Kareem the ball down in deep. He wants the skyhook. Bodied out that time.
And foul on the play is McAdoo. They will not line is only the first.
Well, it was a good foul by Randy Smith because McAdoo would have gotten another cheap play if he was coming down the lane clean. So they're throwing the ball inside of Kareem. the Clippers are giving help, and that's leaving one Laker open, and the Laker that's open is going to the hoop and being fouled.
If the Clippers could have made some shots in the first half and some free throws in the game, it might be different. McAdoo. Clippers are 13 for 26 at the line. That's inexcusable. 111-102. Lakers now with 4:23. Hodges, Walton. So under control. Bill Walton. Randy Smith. Well, they're sagging back. They're packing back inside to prevent the ball from going into Walton. And the guards, Smith and Hodges, have really done a job here in the second half to keep the Clippers in the game. There's Magic Johnson with Norm Nixon, McAdoo and Kareem and Worthy, the front line for the Lakers. Left him alone. Back door. Swoop. How did he find McAdoo? And McAdoo couldn't get it done. Anderson, rookie, getting a lot of playing time. Randy Smith. And a foul. And Randy will go to the line. It's 111-104, and the Clippers can chisel it down to 6. And the crowd is liking what they're seeing here, and so is Paul Silas.
Well, certainly if you're a San Diego Clipper fan, you've got to have something to cheer about. This is as close as they've been since the outset of the ball game, and Randy Smith has been doing it along with Craig Hodges here. Smith has 8 points here in the final period. He's normally a good free thrower, so he's not going to be one of the guys that misses from that free throw line. He knows how hard it is to get to the free throw line. Lane violation. They've taken the one hoop away.
I didn't see that. Who was it on?
Had to be on a guy in white, either Hodges or Tom Chambers. Let's choose Tom Chambers. His 6-point game, Eddie.
111-105. That's Norm Nixon. The Lakers with all that talent, the depth, the versatility. Let's see how they do now. They double on the ball. Back to McAdoo. He's had a good shooting night. Anderson tips it back over the hoop, almost tipped it in. McAdoo pulls up a little cold. Walton. Oh, boy. Walton goes down, and everybody stands up.
Well, he's all right. They made a good move. Walton signaled right back here in front of us that he was on the lane and filling it. Hodges saw him. He'll make a good pass over to Walton, who carries it in strong. This time he doesn't lay it up. He tries to take it over the top. McAdoo with a piece of the arm.
And Walton will go to the line. He's okay. 111-105.
Well, we'll see how Bill Walton does from the free throw line. Richard Anderson gets a fine round of applause. He played a very steady game. And the Clippers attempt to get back. Terry Cummings is in up front along with Tom Chambers and Bill Walton now.
All right, Walton's got a chance to chip it even more. 111-105. Free throws are hurt, as I mentioned. San Diego now 15 for 29 at the line. McAdoo goes out with 5 fouls. Rambis is in with 5, and there it is again, another missed free throw. Free throws have killed the Clippers tonight. 3:20 to play in the game. Knocked away by San Diego, says Bill Walton. I didn't touch it. And Terry Bull Durham says, well, yes, you did. Walton's now taking the opportunity to shake his finger. And that ball caught him right on the tips. Nixon backs outside the three-point line to give the big man in the hole a little room. Look at Walton overplay. Kareem force him away. Hodges can't. Nixon's got it. That's great play by Nixon right there. Deflected by Randy. And the Clipper defense is all over the ball. Randy Smith playing like he's 23. We've not seen Swen Nader tonight. Still hobbling a little. Wilkes. In and out. Kareem deflected. He's got it. Wants to take it in on Walton. Can't. Here's Worthy. Beautiful pass to Kareem from Magic Johnson. How about the inside shoehorn job right there by Magic Johnson?
Well, they got the Lakers to do what they want. Pop the ball from the outside. Nixon missed his. Wilkes missed his. They finally got the ball back, got it down and deep. Magic Johnson found the man, and Kareem took it over the top with a hammer, and that breaks the momentum that the San Diego Clippers were trying to build. Paul Silas very concerned. 2:40 to go in the ball game. They're still in it, but they got to stop the Lakers at the offensive end.
If they could only have made a few free throws. Swen Nader standing, and we're going to throw it away. 113-106 LA. Local break right here. San Diego, California. The weather's not been good, and the Clippers have not had good luck either, but the Lakers have been strong. Pat Riley's got a good ball club again this year.
Well, you know, Pat Riley, again, as I said, I think his biggest problem this season, especially when he plays teams like San Diego, is to keep this team playing strong, consistent basketball throughout the 4 quarters. They have been able to put on spurts and get big leads, and then they've allowed the San Diego Clippers to get back in it. The Clippers are now within 7 points. They've been 7, as close as 6 in this ball game. But the Lakers have a lot of weapons out there. They know what they want to do in pressure situations, and again, that's going to be the problem for the Clippers. They don't have that same type of continuity out on the floor. They're getting good, consistent effort from Randy Smith and Hodges in the backcourt right now, though.
Nixon trying to force Randy Smith left. Walton gives him a back screen. Nixon goes right. Hodges is hot. Hodges is hot. They gave him 3 on it. He's got 23. And suddenly it's 113-109. Watch out. 218. Cummings all over Jamal Wilkes. This crowd's going to help this young Clipper team right here. Magic one-on-one on Randy. They got to get weak side help. They got there too late. Magic 6'9" over Randy 6'3". Look at Hodges. He challenges. Well, that kid's going to be a player. Cummings. And he'll get fouled. How many rebounds for Cummings in this game? He has been something in the second half.
Well, you know, you talk about the south side of Chicago. Well, I guess he had a battle right here. Craig Hodges with great athletic ability, changing the shot. He doesn't get it. Cummings gets it, spins it a little bit too hard the first time around. That almost went in. He stayed after it again, fighting 3, 4. Lakers down and deep. He gets it to go up. Gets his first free throw, so they're within 5.
115, 110. 111. 157 to play in the ball game, and the Clippers have made a game out of it. They were 20 points down more than once. 149 to play. Magic Johnson. Hodges. New ball game. 2-point game. And the Lakers will call time, I'm sure. Yes, they do. 1:31 to play in the game, and this crowd is going nuts. Merry Christmas, San Diego. This ball club is competitive. 1:31 to play. The Lakers 115, and the Clippers 113. The score the last time they met was 117-115 final. We're headed in the same direction.
Well, we have the 2-point ball game that they had the last time. Magic Johnson on a good, strong move inside, went for the solo attempt, couldn't quite get it up off the front lip. Walton made a good rebound and a strong outlet. They get it down for quick opportunity by Hodges. He misses, but who's there? Your man, Terry Cummings. You never did find out how many rebounds he's got.
We're working on it.
We know he's got a bucket.
We're working on it.
All of them at the offensive end. So Pat Riley now wants to make sure he gets a good play for his team. Without any question, as we look in at the Lakers, the play's got to center around Kareem. Every time he's touched it, they double up. That means that there's going to be a Laker open somewhere. They could get an easy opportunity.
All right, here we are. It's 115, 113. We have 131 to play in the ball game. The Lakers now with 2 timeouts. The Clippers with 2 timeouts. The Clippers also have a 22nd timeout. My goodness, it's come right down to this. Paul Silas, former NBA player, young coach against Pat Riley. Likewise, former NBA player, young coach. Young team and pumped up. Randy Smith, Tom Chambers in the foreground. Hodges has tied his career high with 23 points. We're still trying to get a rebound figure for you on Terry Cummings, but our Western Union is broken down. Let's see what we have. Clippers have not had that many opportunities at the Lakers were 7 for 12 at the line, but San Diego has really been off at the line, 17 for 32.
The rebound total for Terry Cummings, who's played very strong here down the stretch. And we'll see what kind of defensive effort Cummings and the Clippers come up with.
115, 113. That's the score of the ball game. 9 rebounds for Cummings. You saw it moments ago. Jamal Chambers, biggest trip down the floor tonight. 115, 113.
Well, the biggest trip is yet to come if they don't go ahead with this possession.
What a pass by Hodges. And the backdoor lob, and it's deuce in San Diego. Oh, ho, says Santa Claus. Been saving that one all night. And a foul. 115. 115. And even the once exuberant, outspoken, and now quiet and almost silenced Donald Sterling is on his feet across the way.
Well, that's a great play. That's the second time we've seen them connect. The first time over the head, he guided it down. Worthy out of the ball game. McAdoo back in. Magic Johnson will set up for the Lakers. 51 seconds and counting as they try to get a play. We'll see what they run as they stall here in the fourth period of play.
Big win if the Lakers can get it. Seattle's won their game. Magic by 2. 117, 115. That's the way it ended the last time they played here. And we have a carbon copy. And the monk has been running the scores to the Xerox machine tonight.
Well, they have really got you in the ball game now as we look at Paul Silas and Lionel Hollins. We look at the timeout totals for both ball clubs. The Los Angeles Lakers have the lead. The concern for the San Diego Clippers is now how to get a basket as we look at Hollins, who's helping young Paul Silas coach at this point in the ball game.
One timeout, San Diego, plus a 20. Lakers with 2 regular timeouts. Next week, we will be in Los Angeles, and we will have a doozy. It'll be the Seattle Supersonics and the Los Angeles Lakers. I hope you'll join us. What kind of a play is Paul Silas going to come up with here? Let's see if we can hear.
Pick and roll. Let's take it. But if you come off and you got it, then we got to take that. All right? If we can hit you for that shot, we got to take that also. Okay? Randy, he's playing you, trying to force your base, right? Why don't we do this? Set him up, give me a chance, and I'll come over, and I'll set a back screen on his, and then you come inside me toward the foul line. Normally behind me, it'll be you and me going against Kareem at the foul line, okay? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to wait until he gets there to set the pace. He's going to come all the way over. Let Norm force you baseline. I'm going to come and set a back screen on Norm, and then you're going to come in.
We've got a new coach on that San Diego team. Let's see how it works.
They got a lot of coaches. Bill Walton, like Magic Johnson, very aware of everything that goes out on the floor. Now, they're trying to take advantage of the fact the way the Lakers are playing Terry Cummings, they're going to try to roll him back inside. Now, see how successful it is. We'll see what kind of pressure the Los Angeles Lakers apply coming out of this timeout.
It's 117, 115 Los Angeles. Watch Bill Walton. He's the key. He'll set the back screen. Randy Smith will have the job of trying to take it toward the foul line. He didn't go that way. He did not run the play. Let's see if they'll try it again. Hodges, remember his three-point. He's a good one. Young Clippers getting a little impatient. Walton can't get it. Lakers have got it. 16 seconds to play in the game, and a foul right here in the backcourt. Well, that is what happens when you're young, emotional, and not really experienced to the ways of the NBA. And that may hurt San Diego because Walton was ready to run the play, and a veteran, Randy Smith, forced the shot, and they did not come back to go the other way.
Well, okay, let's look at back in the huddle because they had a lot of people talking. What Paul Silas says was, if we get this shot here, take it. Randy Smith got the shot that he was talking about. They popped for it. Walton came in at the end of the timeout with another suggestion, and that perhaps caused a confusion. McAdoo now makes it a three-point ball game, and you'll have to bring your man Hodges out with a four-point attempt if he gets this one down.
Well, let's see if he can do it. It was a two-point ball game moments ago, and now it's a four-point game. And San Diego will take the timeout. A repeat almost to the point of what happened here on November 26th. What a beautiful game to see as it turned out. Clippers had their problems in the first half, could not find their field goal shooting percentages, and they have not had the luck of being able to put the ball in the hole from the free throw line all night tonight. 17 for 32 at the line for San Diego, 9 for 14 for the Lakers. I think in all fairness, that you'd have to say the Clippers have gotten most of the rolls here tonight. A lot of breaks.
Well, they've gotten a lot of breaks, but again, a good team makes their own breaks. When you're losing, nothing seems to go right. Now, the Lakers allowed San Diego to get even. San Diego was good enough to take advantage of that. They got to a tie ball game, 115 all. Came out of a huddle with a little bit of confusion after going down 2. Magic Johnson took care of that. They don't get a good opportunity. They foul. Now they have to come up with a 3-point play and a possession if they possibly can. Now, if the Lakers are smart and they want the basketball back, they can foul and get possession of the basketball again by allowing them to shoot 2 free throws and run out the clock.
Silas again. Randy Smith, Bill Walton.
You have it off the back pick, okay? And then we have to crash the board and foul right away.
You know that the Lakers are not going to want to foul on any 3-point attempt coming for the San Diego Clippers. They will give them that shot. And as I said before, if they don't even want them to get the shot up before the player gets in the act of shooting, they can grab them as the ball comes in.
San Diego trailing it by 4. The Lakers defensively are the best in the NBA as far as steals per game, about 11 a game. Riley reminding them of the situation. Both teams now over the limit. Chambers and Anderson, 6'10", front line. They've got Hodges and Randy Smith and Bill Walton to round it out. Cummings is out. Magic Johnson, Norman Nixon, Bob McAdoo, Michael Cooper, and Jamal Wilkes. And knocked Wynn out of bounds, and that used up 1 second on the clock. So they have 1 second on the clock gone. The shot clock does not run. There are 15 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Now down in the corner where they just threw that ball, that's the easiest place to get a 3-pointer from, but it's also the toughest to control because players have a tendency to step out of bounds. They'll try it again.
Randy. Hodges guns it. Lakers have another and a rebound foul.
They fouled him good that time. Chambers and Richard Anderson got both sides of Bob McAdoo that time. That's going to march him back to the free throw line. If he gets one of these, the outcome of the game is almost academic because the Lakers, even though they have been playing erratic basketball here in the 4th period, of play a very smart team. They're not going to give up 5 and lose the ball game to the Clippers.
On another subject, Mr. Jones, what is it? Ham or turkey on Christmas this year?
It's whatever I'm given.
And whatever you're given, you'll be thankful for, I'm sure.
That's right. I'm going to give thanks for being here another year and enjoying another Christmas. McAdoo with that down. And I hope all of our viewers have enjoyed this ball game and have happy holidays.
Anderson, 121-15. Anderson, 3-pointer. No. Lakers have got another one. They've got 3 seconds left. Will they get a shot away? McAdoo, he will not. He will not. And the final score of the basketball game is Los Angeles 120 and the San Diego Clippers 115. Interesting indeed, because the Clippers fought from 20 points down on more than one occasion and really did a nice job here coming back to give this holiday crowd a good night's worth for their money. We'll take a break. We have a star of the game. We think it'll be interesting when we come back to San Diego. And so the defending champion Lakers had just too much depth, too much polish, and that helps as they beat the San Diego Clippers here tonight, and they end up with yet another win in the basketball game. We'd like to remind you that we have a special guest coming in. It'll either be Magic Johnson or Bob McAdoo. That's the way we have it lined up right now. Both of them had outstanding performances here in the ball game, and we'll have that for you when we return to San Diego. Our Star of the Game show, that's coming up next on the USA Cable Network.